Okay, so hello and welcome back. Third epi for you.
Third episode. Okay, guys. So we're gonna be doing. Okay, this is so exciting for me. This is what's
Hello,
something
hello.
that I've been preparing for.
He's been planning this all week. His little
I'm really
goblin
excited.
mind.
Okay, not a week, like a day.
Taking
Okay, a couple of
notes.
days.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, basically,
all right.
we're gonna do a ranking for the worst MP in Britain, crossing party lines, Conservatives
No political
and
allegiance.
Labour. This is bipartisanship at in
For
play. Okay.
real.
We've got Benji here as well, special guest.
Hey,
We thought we'd bring him
guys.
along for this one.
We brought the
Um,
breadstick.
We were meant to have someone else.
Yeah.
We were meant to have two other people because it'd be, and they were meant to do. It was meant to be like different. We take different MPs.
We were gonna
and
have a
talk
little
about
few
them.
cameo appearances.
Okay, so
but
we're gonna do
settling
like a
with the bench.
bracket system, I think, and we're gonna like do an MP, and then we're gonna vote for them. Of who's the most annoying one out of us three.
A little
We do like a bracket system, so like we vote for the worst Tory one versus Labour one, and then like put them against each other. So I think it's quite exciting. So I've got like I know like should we just go into it? Should I just like talk about
just start
the
it.
worst?
Begin.
So I've got four worst Tory MPs. Four most. Okay, this isn't to start off. This isn't the worst MPs. This isn't the most evil. This is the most annoying. So just the most annoying people that you can think of. I've got
This is
four
like
Tory ones
identity
and four
politics
Labour
at its
ones.
finest.
So do you want me to start with Tories or Labour?
Oh, that's a tough
Can we
one.
start with?
Start Tory.
Yeah, Tory actually.
I don't know. I think we should start with Labour because low-key it gets worse and worse and worse.
Oh, okay.
Do whatever's less irritating first. Although I feel like with
they're all
Tories,
annoying.
it's less irritating by default though because you expect Tories to be bad. You'd hope that Labour were like a little bit better, even. If
Okay, I think we should start with Labour.
Begin.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna start with, I think, probably my pick for the most annoying, but like we'll see. Jess Phillips.
Right.
So this is someone who's just troglodytic, just
Troglodyte.
evil.
Oh,
All
God.
right. Someone's turned
Just-
to the Jekyll and Hyde writer. I don't know.
She's just
RL.
evil. So Jess Phillips is like the Labour MP who was like whenever
was
you'd
she
see
the-
like a piece by the Guardian that's like Jeremy Corbyn wants to kill every single Jewish person in the country and this is why we must stop him. Labour's inside source tells us she would be the Labour inside source.
Was she
So-
the one who nearly got? She retweeted the Piers Morgan thing that said "women who
No,
menstruate."
we'll get to her later. We'll get to her later
Okay.
because she's on it as well. So Jess
But I swear
Phillips.
she. But I
But
remember
she
that
defended
statement.
the person.
Yeah,
she
that's the one,
defended
yeah.
Rosie Duffield. So
Yeah.
Jess Phillips is so in an interview in 2015. Jess Phillips went off about how she. So Owen Jones interviewed her. We're not going to get into him. And
Lordy.
he said like, oh, do you support Jeremy Corbyn? She said, if I see Jeremy Corbyn destroying our party, then I wouldn't knife him in the front. No, I wouldn't stab him in the back. I'd knife him in the front. That's what she said about him.
You know what?
And
She
then-
stands by that. She stands by that.
She's a
And
girl
I
boss.
respect that.
and then I think in the same year she did a little photo shoot with Jacob Rees-Mogg. She's very happy.
girls.
Very
Bit
happy
awkward, isn't
defend
it?
him.
No,
With the
you know
old
what?
This is-
That is what I call a girl boss.
This
Jacob
you know
Rees-Mogg.
what this is who we based off the Boss Babes podcast on. She is the girl boss, and also like she's perfectly happy with Jacob Rees-Mogg. She's a typical example of a Labour MP who just punches left. Now Jess Phillips has had some funny moments. So in 2015 as well, this is the funniest moment. Okay, so she bragged about hang on, no, okay. So she bragged about telling Diane Abbott to fuck off. And then it was revealed she
This is
didn't
not girl boss
tell.
solidarity.
Yeah, girl boss solidarity is like fame right now. Then it was revealed she didn't tell Diane Abbott to fuck off, and she just made it up for like weird racist clout. And then on the so that was like 5 years ago. And then on the election evening, 2020, she wrote a tweet and it was just like crying like it was something like crying because like Kamala Harris won. She's like, I'm crying at black women right now, but like in a good way. She
She's
was like,
literally insane.
she was like, I'm actually crying right now that black women are winning. And I was like, this is
Oh.
someone who spent her like entire parliamentary life for the past 5 years just like harassing Diane Abbott and like helping like the racist people in the PLP to just like make her feel like shit at all times and like smear her in the media and like as well as other socialist black MPs like Dawn Butler, and then like her weird robotic like centrist like chip in her brain goes like, oh, you see a black woman, you need to cry now, and she just cries like like she's so sickening.
She's insane.
And then like in 2017 when it was the Binman strike, she tweeted, I don't have the power to stop the strike, no MP does. If I had that power, I'd have used it. So she's like a Labour
I'm
MP.
built different.
She's like a Labour MP who like thinks that like striking against the Tories doesn't work. It's like, what is the point of her? So I think she like gives off a very good case for just the most annoying MP in general.
I'm
So
looking
right
at
off
Twitter
the-
now. She's got some very funny tweets.
What she tweeted.
She just
Yeah,
tweets
what's her
some-
most
well, she-
recent?
Well, there's one here that just says, anyway, less cynicism, time for Cobra Kai. And I'm like, I quite like that though. I can't hate her for that because like she's just being a girl boss in that situation.
Yeah,
she's just
she's
like
got a
here for the
point.
lols. I mean, I only got
Also,
230
yeah.
likes, but like still.
Also, she was the one of the people who, one of the archetypes of the second referendum policy in 2019, which obviously fucked over Labour in the election. And then she had the audacity to run in the leadership election, and all she did the whole time was attack Rebecca Long Bailey. Once again, not girl boss solidarity. All she did was attack Rebecca Long Bailey for like causing like the general election defeat, and then said it's time for a woman as like party leader, and then endorsed Keir Starmer. So like, go off, girl boss, I suppose. Okay, we're moving on now. The next Labour MP is someone who I think is very similar to Jess Phillips, and that's Rosie Duffield. So Rosie Duffield is quite famous now.
Rosie Duffield.
Rosie Duffield's quite famous. So yeah, look her up, Benji. Benji, you're like our looking up man, okay? So
I'll be a
Rosie
little
Duffield
informant.
was like irrelevant. She was just like a standard, centrist MP. Until she liked one of Piers Morgan's tweets. So CNN
yeah, I
tweeted,
remember
individuals with a cervix are now recommended to start cervical cancer screening at 25 and continue through age 65 with HPV testing, blah, blah, blah. The whole point was it was being inclusive towards women and trans men and non-binary people, whoever identifies as whatever they want. Just normal. Piers Morgan decided to retweet that and say, do you mean women? And Rosie Duffield felt it upon herself to like that tweet. It actually gets worse, because then if you go on Rosie Duffield's what she's liked on Twitter, she liked a tweet that said, the Law Society's new template on transition is big on gender expression and plays down medical transition. This is all about celebrating cross-dressers in the office. So as you can see, Rosie Duffield is not a big fan of transgender people.
I can't believe that like, just it's so funny that like, there's such a like. It's not even like the tweet is so like amusing how the original tweet from CNN is literally just like. It's not even remote like to do with transgender rights or anything. It's just
Yeah, it doesn't even
mentions,
mention it. Yeah, exactly.
It's just like it's so funny though how like Piers Morgan will be paraded as like the left is so sensitive and snowflakes, but then like they literally like use a biological
They
term
get
that's
triggered
accurate and they
by,
get
like-
triggered.
He sees
They
like
get
Harry
triggered
Styles and
by everything.
eyeliner and he just explodes, like spontaneously combusts.
Vegan
So-
sausage
It's
rolls.
like, oh my god, you're wearing mascara.
I mean, when people actually eat vegan sausage rolls, do you think they're real sausages?
Do you
have to
remember
kill a
when
pig
Piers
with bare
Morgan
hands.
was on Good Morning Britain and he said like childbirth didn't hurt?
Yeah,
and
and
then
then they
someone
put
brought in
one
their
in the
childbirth machine and he
He's
screamed
right.
He was
like a
like,
little pig. He screamed like a little pig. Okay, so Rosie Duffield then went on like every single newspaper article she could find and went, it feels like a place where women aren't even allowed to ask questions to, obviously she's been given like she says that on a national newspaper, so obviously it is, but she's just like the standard TERF who cannot take it when people call her out when she's transphobic. We all know people like that. Rosie Duffield then tweeted in reply to people who were calling her out for transphobia. She tweeted, just this week's tedious communist pylon, sleep emoji. Like, I'm not kidding.
That is a goblin moment.
Go
I
us.
don't know how you can say it in the Labour Party and then when you're called out for transphobia say that. Now, funnily enough, Jeremy Corbyn has been suspended for anti-Semitism, and rightly so, because he
Didn't
want
he
to
get
bring about...
reinstated?
Yeah, but not giving back the Labour whip. But, rightly so, because Jeremy Corbyn wanted to bring about the second Holocaust. But I do find it interesting that
Don't
Rosie...
even joke. The Daily
I do
Mail's going to
find-
quote this as evidence in court.
Yeah.
I do find it interesting that Rosie Duffield hasn't been hasn't been reprimanded at all. Neither has Jess Phillips, funny mention for her as well, or Rachel Reeves, or any of the other weird centrist scum who've defended her. But it just goes to show that Keir Starmer does not care about transphobia
No.
as much as he does.
Also, it's a shame
anti-Semitism.
because it just shows that...
And it's not even anti-Semitism because because it's like anti-Israel. It's not even anti-Semitism. There were like Jewish people in the party who have been kicked out for defending Jeremy Corbyn. Like, what does that tell you? And it also, and I'll say this as well. There was a report the other week that said 1/3 of Muslim people in the Labour Party have experienced Islamophobia, and over 50% don't think the Labour Party are doing enough to deal with it.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And
That's
Keir
what I'm saying.
Starmer hasn't commented on it once, so what does that tell
Yeah,
you?
because it's the same with transphobia. It's like if you wanna, I think definitely people should pay attention to like anti-Semitism should be definitely rooted out. And if like, to an extent, if they think that like if they have credible evidence to think that Jeremy did that, then like, and they want to try and reshift the party, then they are like, to an extent, I think Keir has like the right to do it. I don't think it was the right thing to do, but I think that like if they actually think they're committed to doing it, and they deem it necessary to do it.
barred.
No,
The
the
fact
killer,
that they-
he's
well.
like
the
one of
fact
those
that-
sniffer dogs, and he's like,
Yeah.
bloody
and
made a
he's like
ham.
smells the word Palestine, and he's like, right, that's it.
Yeah,
I've had enough.
also Rachel Reeves, who's Shadow something, I can't remember. She's not on the list, but I thought I'd mention her. She did
Shout
a
out
eulogy
Rachel.
for Nancy Astor, who was the first woman MP, girl boss, but was also an ardent supporter of the Nazis. And she
Boss
didn't,
babe.
and she didn't get reprimanded for doing that. Rachel Reeves didn't. She's still in the shadow cabinet, but Rebecca Long Bailey got fired. Jeremy Corbyn got suspended and now has the whip removed from him for 3 months apparently. Whatever. Okay, that's Rosie. No, hang on. There's more
Actually,
about Rosie Duffield.
I got one little.
go on,
I've
go
been
on.
doing my research on Joe on
There's
on
more.
Rosie Duffield. I've got to give a big shout out to absolute girl bosses from her tweet timeline. 7th of November, retweeting Kamala Harris's tweet, and I want to talk about this really quickly actually. So she posted it on Instagram as well. It's the video where she's in like this lycra running gear and this like,
and she's like,
massive
"We
Hummer
won, Joe,
pulls up in the
we
background.
did
She's
it."
like, Joe, we won the presidency.
We did
It's,
it, Joe.
it's so funny though because like it's so funny. Like I just envision them like this fucking like Democrat like senator or whatever like come up to him and be like, Kamala, we just won the election. You need to look like a normal person. Like we need to dress you up, and they like rush her off in like a van. She gets changed, and she like does like runs around
And
the
she's
spot
like
for
jogging
it,
on the spot.
does
beforehand to
some
make it look
jumping
like he struggled.
jacks.
Kamala
and they
Harris
splash
is
some water
standing
on
there,
her.
and like an aide comes over to us like, the election has been called for you and Joe, and then the robot CIA chip inside her brain goes boop beep boop beep boop, and she just knows
Activate
exactly how to act.
perspiration. And then she's like,
Joe,
and she-
we won the presidency.
Joe. And then she retweeted one from PA Media, which is like this little video of like being like Donald Trump, his figure at Madame Tussauds has been replaced from presidency outfit to golf attire. It's like so funny. Like you can just imagine the comments.
If Donald
being like,
Trump, it's funny because she has the same view as Donald Trump or transgender people, but I guess we're not ready for that conversation. Okay, Rosie Duffield as well. This is funny. So this isn't anything necessarily like malicious. It's just quite funny. So this is an article by Witsable Views, and it says, on Sunday 31st of May, Rosie Duffield MP became the Dominic Cummings of Labour when it was revealed she had broken lockdown guidelines to pursue her affair with a married man, James Ruth, the father of 3
girl
children.
boss. Girl
Girl
boss.
boss. That's all I'm gonna say. Rosie Duffield. Okay, Rosie Duffield. So, on the basis of what we've heard so far, Rosie Duffield seems evil, not annoying. The reason Rosie Duffield is so malicious is because she won her seat in 2017, the 2017 election, which was a very good election for Jeremy Corbyn and Labour. And it was because campaigners across the country, Jeremy Corbyn supporters, socialists and trade unionists, went en masse to that constituency and campaigned for her because they wanted to get another seat for Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn got her seat, and all she's done is thrown him and transgender people and communists under the bus. So, okay, the next one is...
Actually, I just do one more thing as well because I
Yeah,
really
go on,
thing.
go on.
I
No,
found
go
it
on,
really.
go on.
So on the tweet is like the same thing about the Madame Tussauds in Berlin throwing away the Donald Trump one, and someone just commented, "It's a Horcrux." I love liberals. That's so funny.
Liberals definitely compare Donald Trump to Voldemort.
No, Bernie. I think Bernie Sanders is Voldemort. I think he's something more. I
Bernie
think he's like
Sanders?
stupid. Yeah, I don't think Trump's like more. I think he's like a funnier thing for them. He's like
No,
he's
the
not as
final
like-
Donald Trump Horcrux is like Baron.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Heather here. Girl boss radio.
The
silence.
girl boss fell asleep. It's been a long day.
Okay. I'm just gonna move on. So the third Labour MP. So we're moving on a bit. So this is a bit different now. So he's a man called Neil Coyle. Okay. So
Alright.
this is so
Is
he
that
wasn't
was that with an A or an E?
Coyle. Neil with an
Coyle.
E. Coyle with an Oyle. So Neil Coyle. There's not much to say. He's like your standard, like Blairite, liberal, whatever. I'm just gonna read out. So what leaked? I think a bit before the 2019 election, which was obviously not a good night for Labour or Jeremy Corbyn. And it was leaked his text messages with Jeremy Corbyn. So this is a Labour MP talking to Jeremy Corbyn. So let me just read it out to you a bit. Neil Coyle sent to him on the 14th of August of 2016. The Observer front page is an absolute disgrace. You made me ashamed to have ever tried to work with you. What were you hoping to achieve? And Jeremy Corbyn responded, sorry for that, I don't recognise the number. Thanks, Jeremy.
King.
Yeah,
He knows what he's
exactly.
doing.
Oh, she's back. Good to see her
He's
back.
My dog was barking.
Tally having a little bar.
Jeremy Corbyn knew exactly what he was doing. Neil Coyle then, like, I'm not even going to read all of it out. No, you know what? I'll read this out. So for the next, 5 years, he continuously sent Jeremy Corbyn text messages every month, all the time. Let me read some of that.
He's like, I miss us.
I miss us.
He just sends a picture of a fucking friendship bracelet he made, and he's like, I found this the other day, thinking about you. And then the next one's just a picture of it ripped up on the floor, this is what you've done to me.
Okay. This is the 29th of August 2016. Have you really written to Ian McNichol opposing suspensions of people committing abuse? I'm genuinely despairing. I thought you wanted abuse to stop. Jeremy Corbyn aired them. 2nd of September 2016. 2nd of September 2016. Just in case you still haven't worked out who this is, despite me replying to your earlier text. I'm Neil Coyle, Labour MP for Bermondsey and Old Southwark. One of your nominators, regretfully, sadly. So here's another thing. Jeremy Corbyn, when he became leader in 2015, you have to get a certain amount of MP nominations. And because at that point there weren't that many socialists in the party...
I've got a bit of data on that, actually. Do you want some numbers?
Yeah, go on.
So I thought it was quite interesting, actually. We were looking at this the other day. The way it worked was the way the leadership elections work for the Labour Party, at least they used to, would be you'd have a completely member-based voting system. So everyone in the party who had a subscription, which is £3 a year or something, Vinnie, I think it is, or a month or whatever. It's it's not very much.
Yeah, it is for our age, £3 a year.
So that would be anyone who has that subscription could vote, and 85% of those members voted for Jeremy, even though he only had 15% of the MP support. Sorry, not MP support.
85% of members. That's not right.
85%. I think it was.
he won on he won on a massive amount, but it wasn't 85. It was 60%, which was higher than Tony Blair.
Maybe not.
Higher than Tony Blair.
Yeah, maybe it was 60 with the votes of the with the votes of the MPs and thing. But at least I'm 99% sure the Labour
Okay. The point is, he won massively, but he didn't. There weren't enough socialists in the party to nominate him. But centrist MPs, including Neil Coyle, nominated him, saying they wanted to broaden the debate because they didn't expect him to win. Then when he won, they were like, "Oh shit!" Neil Coyle immediately regretted this decision, and thank God for him, he did it. So okay, there's some more text messages. 14th of September 2016. If you issue an apology and retract the defamation accusations of abuse before 9 p.m, I will cancel meeting with lawyers. Jeremy Corbyn replied the next day.
He's like a rabid ex.
He said, "Hi, thanks for what you said at the post office event and all best with post office campaign in your community." Okay, and then...
He's a bad bee, to be honest.
No, I thought I'd interject quickly, because as much as we've
Go
been
on.
hearing about some rabid little animals, little goblins in the party.
Yeah.
So, they released the report that they did in the findings about, anti-Semitism and, abuse within the Labour
Was it the
Party.
Sky one?
The Sky one, or the ECHR?
I
Yeah.
think...
EHRC
I don't know,
one.
actually.
The Sky one
I
came
think
out a
that
while
one,
ago.
but,
I think it's the
I want to
Anyway,
remind
go
you
on.
of the time that Jeremy Corbyn, I think he's in the House of Lords, and when
Oh my
one of the
God. Is this
barons
real?
came up, it's real.
Oh, yeah. Is
Are
it?
you sure
Okay.
it's real? I don't know if
He
it's real
goes,
or not.
Nino, Nino, every time he comes
Nonce.
close. And when the Baron complained about this, he goes, sorry, it's my nonce alarm.
Is that real? Is that real?
That has to be
I
real.
really
I'm so
want it to be
sorry.
real. Look, if it's...
That is
really want it to be real.
hilarious. Like, base.
Yeah. Okay. Then, 12th of January 2017, astonishing and disastrous result on Sunderland. When will you take responsibility? The next day. And I did warn you of further resignations. Very sad to see another departure today. The people who need a Labour government deserve better than this. Jeremy Corbyn aired him. 21st of January, he sent a tweet.
Busy.
He sent a tweet by... No, he sent a retweet that Jeremy Corbyn's brother retweeted. And then just said, your brother is retweeting an actual Nazi. Genuinely anti-Semitic, racist filth. I can't thank you enough for helping retain his ban from rejoining the Labour Party. What is your aim? You're congratulating him?
He's the most annoying I get so far, because the other ones are kind of funny. Because
the other ones are just stupid. This one's just unironically just harassing Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah.
Okay, Neil Corbyn then sent him on 11th of March. I'm with a large group of Labour activists after campaigning today. Again, you come up as a negative for us on the doors. Then they saw your call for a second referendum. If it was on Brexit, they'd be happy. But on Scotland, what more damage could you do to Labour or the UK? Copeland was a warning call you have failed to understand. You were allowing the Tories to dominate, not just now, but for another decade at least. Jeremy Corbyn
That's
said...
a whole para.
I know. Jeremy Corbyn said, just for Jeremy Corbyn's story,
No, can you imagine it's punctuated with emojis?
eyeball emoji.
No, and then he sends Facebook mum gifts.
What if he just sends Jeremy to the fan cam?
No, that's all of that in impact font over one of those Wojak memes.
Also, I've got the...
The left can't meme. Corbyn can't meme. This is why we're losing the economy.
Yeah, that 85% number isn't right. I don't know where I got that from. It was the fact that the Labour members did elect him, but his nomination was only the actual MP nomination. It wasn't the amount of support. Was 15.5% nomination.
Yeah,
so you're right.
Of the MP nominations, and then the members mass overwhelming.
It's quite interesting though.
Okay, this is really really funny. So Jeremy Corbyn, Neil Corbyn fucking just harassed Jeremy Corbyn. Then the 2017 election happened, where Jeremy Corbyn made massive gains, and then this text from Neil Coyle: in the spirit of working better together, the 2015 UMP group is having drinks and strangers and then dinner out on Wednesday. If you're able to join the drinks, please do pop in from about 6:30/7 as we aim to leave by 8. Thank you. So
he's planning a cracking meal.
Yeah, he's having. So that shows you. Okay, then Neil Coyle tweeted on the 25th of March, so Jeremy Corbyn's last Prime Minister's questions. He tweeted, some say he should have gone in December. I think he should have gone in 2016. We are further behind now than when Labour left office in 2010, letting down those who need us most. History will judge him as he deserves. Labour's worst ever leader. Maybe he would have won.
What does he count as far behind? Because they go from committing war crimes to not being in office.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're in office and you're a fucking evil war criminal. As long as you're in office, that's what matters. If you're in office and you govern the same as a Tory, it's better than letting the Tories in because blue Labour is better than blue Tory. I think it's interesting as well that these MPs always criticise Jeremy Corbyn for electability, but the reason he's so unelectable is because they always just smear him constantly. Okay, I'm going to move on from Neil Corbyn now because I'm actually bored of him, unless Benji has something to say.
I just swear to God, if one day any of you become MPs, can you not tweet it's just so funny the way the MP, it's
no, every day I'm going to compile a tweet and the first hashtag is going to be #girlboss and the last one's going to be trans women are women, and then in between I'll just put some really political really aggy, really goblin hot take, and no one can disagree because I've said
I don't know why, maybe it's just the vibe of the profile pictures where it's just some shitty picture of an MP standing there with their suit on or whatever. But
my profile picture will be a My Little Pony anime thing.
But they're all just so
I'll tweet shit. And I'll tweet shit fuck off Andrew Neil, you paedophile. I don't want to be interviewed by you. Please leave. And I'll tweet at Lord Sugar, please go and rape children. I know you want to stop fucking attacking me in the House of Lords or something like that. I'm not gonna be I feel if that's what I'd do if I was an MP. Because, I'm not going to be last PM accused to Corbyn. Some say should have gone in December. I think he should have gone in 2016. Neil Coyle. Who, by the way, looks... Heather, you're going to, edit this afterwards and, put in pictures, but, I edit in a picture of Neil Coyle.
No, wait, I'm just going to look him up quickly.
Yeah, everyone who's listening to this, and Benji and Heather, just look up Neil Coyle right now. Just look up what he looks like.
No, but I've got his Twitter out. It's this is what I mean about the vibe of the whole tweet thing. It's there's a tweet from an MP called Scott Benton.
He's
who just
literally
said,
a circle.
Joe
I just found this
Biden is
picture
no
of
friend
him, and it's him wearing a Salone Lives Matter. What?
No,
Okay,
but
go
it says
on, Benji.
That means Sierra Leone.
Who's what? Emmy's who?
Heather, you're insane.
Sierra Leone. Sorry, I'll put it on screen. It's so funny.
Okay.
But,
Go on, Benji.
So she says, this MP Scott Benton said, Joe Biden is no friend of Britain. His Irish Republican sympathies.
Oh
and
my
ignorant
god, not
comments
the
on
this one.
Joe Biden is a dirty prod.
Joe Biden
Joe
is a
Biden's
fucking...
a dirty prawn.
No, Joe Biden's a Catholic. Joe Biden's a Catholic.
Joe Biden's a Catholic.
Joe Biden's an IRA supporting dirty.
Get him out of the country.
No. Have you seen the interview where like Joe Biden
he says,
and the BBC?
I'm Irish,
that was
man.
loud. And the the BBC are like Joe Biden, Joe, it's the BBC.
Go,
He's like
BBC.
and he's like the BBC. I'm Irish. Grins and
Did he
walks
forget?
off. I was like, okay, I'm supporting him now.
He's a mood.
No, he's so okay. Right.
But
Okay.
it's the other one. It's just like on election day. I think this is election. Yeah, this election day when they announced Biden victory. It was just said he retweeted this thing that just said, "Word of the day has to be suspire to finally breathe out." And it's like, why would you tweet this?
Who tweeted
like,
that? Who
people,
tweeted that?
It's like healthcare, please.
Who tweeted that? Who tweeted
It was
that?
Susie Dent. I don't know who that is. I don't want to.
Okay. Final Labour MP. Wes Streeting. Wes Streeting won't win the most annoying one because like he's no different.
Wes
from the ones. I just thought it'd be Wes W-E-S Streeting. He's just quite an interesting one. So he tweeted on 13th of October 2014, criticising staff who work for the party or the leader on the airwaves, knowing full well they can't respond, is pretty shabby in my book. When Ed Miliband was leader. Then when Jeremy Corbyn became leader, he spent 5 years accusing him of everything from anti-Semitism to unelectable to anything he could. Wes Streeting said when Jeremy Corbyn became leader, Jeremy Corbyn was elected leader of the Labour Party yesterday with a result that was sensational by anyone's standards. Congratulations to Jeremy and his huge and energetic campaign team. Those of us who spent the summer arguing that Jeremy isn't the right person for the job need to take the result on the chin, show some humility and reflect on why it was that we lost the argument. Jeremy has a clear mandate and deserves a fair win as he seeks to win the support of the country, so to have my support in doing that. Okay, spoiler alert, he didn't have his support in doing that. Ilford North Labour MP Wes Streeting, so this was a couple of years later, a strong critic of the current leader, said the ostrich strategy of sticking their heads in the sand does not change the fact that under Jeremy Corbyn, Labour can't win a general election. Labour would have won a general election in 2017 if MPs like Wes Streeting had got in line instead of campaigning against him behind the scenes, according to the Sky report of inside the Labour Party. Wes Streeting's just like annoying, and he once again someone that you can just look up and be like, oh my god, look at his face. He's part of Labour Friends of Israel. He literally kept his seat because of Jeremy Corbyn, but still attacks him. He called for a second referendum. There's a funny moment where he tweets, "You and Aronovich are the reason I first bought a Times subscription all those years ago, and the column I read religiously, even when the sermon has been hard to hear. Gutted." He tweeted that to a woman called Melanie Phillips. You can literally look up Melanie Phillips, and like one of the first things that comes up is a article she wrote called "Islamophobia is a fiction to shut down debate." So like,
we know
Wes Streeting's icon is someone who like thinks Islamophobia doesn't exist, but like, and then like the caption is legitimate criticism of Muslim teaching can't be compared to anti-Semitic demonization and lies. So like it's really funny. Like Labour MPs like go on about anti-Semitism. They do not give a shit about Islamophobia. They do not fucking care. That's okay in their books. Like fully okay. Same with transphobia. It really is to anyone that comes in. This isn't to say this isn't denying anti-Semitism in the Labour Party, because I think it's important not to deny anti-Semitism in the Labour Party.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, they don't take action on certain anti-Semitism and do if it's like from a leftist, even if it's not actually anti-Semitic. Like,
It's what I mean about politicizing issues. Like again, I think
if they had like suspended Jeremy Corbyn but also suspended the Islamophobic MPs and the transphobic MPs, I'd sort of get it. But it's like they're not, so it's like okay, that's the Labour ones. So there's some funny ones in there. We're going on to the Tory ones now, and like, so it's like, you know, we've done like the red Tories, the Blairites, the weird troglodytic sex perverts that are the Labour Parliamentary Party. Now we're moving on to like pervert? Just all of them, the paedophiles. They're all paedophiles. Now we're moving on to like the lizards and like the make up the Tory party. We're going to start off with, once again, probably my pick for the most annoying one, Michael Gove.
That man.
So I'm going to read out some things. 'Cause, like, this is simple Google searches of just, like, him. Like, Wikipedia and, like, articles that come up at the top.
No, first, just reflect on the state of your schooling right now. Like, are you enjoying school? Are you having fun? How are your exams going?
You're asking me?
I'm asking anyone. This is like an open question.
I think I much prefer school after Michael Gove got to the education system.
Right, that's it. I'm kicking you.
When did he get a hold of this?
Well, he became education secretary under David Cameron, and he's the one that like made like he's the one that just like destroyed education. Like he made it so like maths and English are important, no more drama, no more music, no more like anything, and it was like exams. Like
I remember when
behind that.
I remember when I was in English lesson and our teacher was like, yeah, they're changing the curriculum now, so you have to memorise the poems, which was like, and everyone was like, oh, Michael Gove, that was quite.
When was that?
It was in, I think it was year 10. Yeah, year 10.
Michael Gove didn't exist in year 10. You're thinking, I'm talking about like primary school. Actually, no, I don't know. I'm talking like primary school. Like when I was in primary school, I remember it going from like, I think it was up to like year 4. Everything was normal. And then I remember there was just a shift in like year 5. And it was like, Michael Gove had done something. He'd done something, y'all. He had done something dodgy.
That cheeky boy.
The teacher unions hate Michael Gove. Teachers hate Michael Gove. When he was fired, I remember my teachers singing in the staff room like "Bang Bang, the witch is dead," and I'm not kidding. I'm not even kidding. Like that sounds like a and then everyone clapped moment. But like I'm serious. I remember that happening, and I was like 10 at the time. I didn't know about politics, and I asked my mum like, "Oh, what's happened?" She was like, "Oh, Michael Gove was fired." I was like, "Who's that?" And she was like that's the first time I heard about politics. I was like 9 or 10. Okay, so like, let me read something about Michael Gove. So, okay, this is really funny. While deeply critical of Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, Gove believes that there have also been more benign empires, this is a quote, and in that I would include almost preeminently the British. So that tells you that. Okay, I'm just going to read out some. In 1997, Gove wrote in support of the restoration of hanging as capital punishment, which was abolished in the UK in 1965. Gove argued in the Times that, were I ever alone in the dock, I would not want to be arraigned before our flawed tribunals, knowing my freedom could be forfeited as a result of political pressures. I would prefer a fair trial under the shadow of the noose.
What the hell?
Yeah.
He's like, I'd rather die than spend my life in prison.
Michael Gove is such a cuck. He's like, even if I'm threatened with death, I'd prefer that because it's fairer. You know, and by the way, that man has been Justice Secretary.
Yeah, also it's funny.
Has jailed the fuck out of people for like drugs and like just like standard Tory shit, and it's like, oh, okay. This is what he said about the Iraq War. The liberation of Iraq has actually been that rarest of things, a proper British foreign policy success. Next year, while the world goes into recession, Iraq is likely to enjoy 10% GDP growth. Alone in the Arab Middle East, it is now a fully functioning democracy with a free press, properly contested elections, and independent judiciary. Sunni and Shia contend for power in parliament, not in street battles. The ingenuity, idealism, and intelligence of the Iraqi people can now find an outlet in a free society, rather than being deployed.
He's talking about intelligence, but decades. It's like the 2 survivors. Bombed all the stupid
simply
people.
to survive in the fascist republic which sank of fear. It's funny to watch him talk about the intelligence of the Iraqi people because he actually, well, we'll get into this later, but he actually, there's some evidence that shows that he believes in eugenics, which is like interesting.
Okay, right, a bit of a Garbo's moment if you ask me.
But this sounds like a middle-aged whine moment.
Right, I don't want to alarm anyone. I don't want to go off the rails and take this too far into political territory, but I'd just like to point out that if you look at Michael Gove's recent Twitter, we see on the 18th of November he tweeted the very controversial baby platypus. Maybe we can pull this on screen right now as well, but he has in fact posted a picture of a baby platypus.
I'm sickened, I'm disgusted, and
okay,
I'm
Michael Gove is
him.
famous enough that you should know what he looks like, but if you don't, another example of look up what Michael Gove looks like.
He looks so shocked and constipated in every photo.
Like, Heather, I'm going to send you a picture that you should like put up on the screen right now, but just everyone look up what he looks like because he's just an example. So Michael Gove supports the Iraq War, which is like no surprise.
Yes.
He supports capital punishment and he believes in the British Empire. Michael Gove has also said this. Gove has described himself as a proud Zionist and supports the United Jewish Israel Appeal's fundraising activities. In 2019, he reiterated, "One thing I've always been since I was a boy is a Zionist," and spoke of his desire to celebrate everything
was that like his little childhood
yeah,
dream?
yeah, I think
So as a
that's it.
child, I was fantasizing
He had like
about.
a bed cover, and it was just the Israeli flag.
When I was a young boy, I used to everyone else my age was talking about girls and cars, and now I was talking about the freedom of the Jewish state of Israel. And then he says this: celebrate everything that Israel and the Jewish people have brought to the life of this world and hold it dear to our hearts, and that for as long as I have breath in my body and a platform on which to argue, I shall be on your side, by your side, and delighted and honoured to argue powerfully, I hope, on behalf of people who have contributed so powerfully to the life of this nation. Okay, that's annoying as fuck, but it's also dangerous how and him and other people associate Judaism as a whole and the Jewish people with saying Israel and the Jewish people, not they're the same thing, because there are so many
It's also,
Jewish
I
people
think,
who don't support Israel, aren't Zionists, and it's really dangerous language that him and Keir Starmer and people do as well, which is anti-Zionism is not
just a
anti-Semitism.
minute. I just found out he was Labour associated until 1983.
Right.
Isn't it?
Right, this little snake.
No, he's not. Is that true?
That's
He's
true.
posted a
What
lovely
changed in
picture of
1993?
shopping, you guys, from
No, wait. I'm
Surrey.
gonna find it.
Okay, let me finish this.
Yeah, you finish.
Gove is like the great majority of UK Conservative Party MPs, a member of Conservative Friends of Israel. He has said that the boycott, divestment and sanctions movement against Israel is anti-Semitic. Gove said that jihadist terrorists hate Israel and they wish to wipe out the Jewish people's home, not because of what Israel does, but because of what Israel is: free, democratic, liberal and Western. Yeah, it is fucking liberal and Western, because it fucking hates Palestinian people. He's right about that. There's more, okay? Hear about this. Gove is one of several Conservative MPs who
Oh my
co-authored...
god, no. He was adopted by a Labour supporting couple who then raised him to be Labour. And
It
then
sounds like a
he's
Tim Burton film.
Oh shit, that explains everything.
Oh my
He's
god.
just maybe he found his birth parents Tories, and he was like, I need to be like mummy and daddy. I have to
That's
get away from
insane
these
though, the fact that he
kidnappers.
grew up in the system and he's a Tory.
Yeah, but that happens
it doesn't
a lot.
correlate.
That happens a lot.
But oh my god.
Anyway, okay, but listen to
He
this.
wrote for the Times as well, so.
Listen to this. Gove is one of several Conservative MPs who co-authored Direct Democracy, an agenda for a new model party in 2005. The book says the NHS fails to meet public expectations and calls for it to be dismantled and replaced with personal health accounts. So, obviously, he's in favour of privatising the NHS. Okay, and then, listen to this. Gove fractured his foot in July 2015. His wife, Sarah Vine, somewhat inaccurately complained in her Daily Mail column that he could not have his foot x-rayed by the NHS because the minor injuries unit the couple visited did not provide the facility at weekends. Michael Gove took it personally when he fractured his foot and couldn't have his foot x-rayed, and is like, I don't want poor people to have healthcare. Yeah. So, good for him. Okay.
I'm crying that his wife has a Daily Mail column,
In a controversial article about the First World War in January 2014, Gove criticised academic and television interpretations of World War I as left-wing versions of the past designed to belittle Britain and its leaders.
How can you left-wingify a war?
Yeah.
Also, I love how
what does that mean?
it's just completely brushed over. It's like Churchill was a proper English lad, born and raised, and it's like Lord Churchill literally starved Indian people to death, and people but he was a proper British lad, born and raised, and he had depression too, so he's a symbol for men's rights. It's like,
wait, did he actually?
Yeah, he was really manically depressed.
Maybe Winston Churchill felt sympathy for the 2 million.
He was manically depressed. We can tell.
He
It's just
sorry, I caused a famine. For too many people. I'm literally manically
sorry, I
depressed.
caused a famine. I'm just a little emo boy.
Loads of people in India message him and they're like, "Can we have some food, please?" And then a week later, he's just like, "I need to take a few days away, find out who my real friends are."
Sometimes I just shut down.
He's like,
He's
like, I'm really sorry about the racial slurs I just said. I'm literally bipolar. Right now, Heather, we're gonna put on a picture on the screen, and it's Michael Gove with Donald Trump. So Michael Gove was the first Tory MP to meet Donald Trump and interviewed him, even though his first pick for president was Hillary Clinton. He was extremely
I
enthusiastic
can't
about
blame
He's a
her.
Trump
feminist
presidency.
icon.
Yeah.
He just goes whichever way the wind
Hillary's a
blows.
girl
Okay.
boss.
Okay, this is my favorite part. So this is actually something that's like makes me like him more. In June 2019, reports emerged that Gove had taken cocaine as a journalist in his 20s. Gove stated that he regretted having done so and regarded it as having been a mistake. In an article for The Times in December 1999, Gove argued against the legalization of drugs, criticizing members of the middle classes for their hypocrisy in doing so. This is the
God.
key component of his 2019 bid to be leader of the Conservative Party. In reaction, Craig Oliver said it would have a negative impact on his run, whereas fellow candidate for leadership Dominic Raab said that he admires Gove's honesty. Okay, Michael Gove owns because he's like, yeah, I did cocaine. And what about it? Like he was running for leader of the Conservative Party, who were like wildly anti, like obviously going to be anti drugs and like anti legalization. Literally, no one asked him to like say he had done drugs, and then like he just came out and said, "By the way, I did cocaine," and then it was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then he dropped out of the race because he lost support of it.
Really?
And like, he could have been leader of the party if he hadn't admitted that. We said we got Boris Johnson. Although he never would have won anyway. But also, it's funny because he was Justice Secretary and like he like prosecuted people for like marijuana possession.
No,
and he
literally. I think it's
cocaine.
also. I don't know if you follow her, but basically, his daughter is, I think, 17 or 18.
Let's get her on here. Get her on the
No,
Boss
for
Babes
real.
podcast.
We need to have a little chat with her. But she seems like a really nice girl. I'm not trying to judge her at all, but she does smoke weed. And
so it's like your dad is
your dad
hates
is
you.
literally like, oh, you should be in jail. You should be rotting in hell right
like
now.
yeah. I mean, she will never be because she's a Tories MP's daughter.
Yeah, but like, he's like,
okay,
oh, middle class hypocrisy.
This is my personal favourite one. I'm just going to read this out. So this happened in May of this year. In May 2020, Gove was criticised after his wife Sarah Vine, she's back, shared a bookcase picture, and with the caption
I remember this.
with the caption as a very special treat from my trolls, which
And
owns,
it had the Holocaust now.
which featured a book by the Holocaust denier David Irving and a copy of The Bell Curve, which controversially claims that intelligence is highly heritable and that median IQ varies among races. Another book in the photograph was The Strange Death of Europe by Douglas Murray, which according to The Guardian cites Enoch Powell and argues for protecting white Christian Europe from outsiders. Beyond Human Rights, Defending Freedom by Alain de Benoist, leader of ethno-nationalist think tank GRECE, and Why We Fight, Manifesto of the European Resistance and Arco-Futurism, European Visions of the Post-Catastrophic Age by Guillaume Fay were also featured, both published by European New Right Arctos Media, known for translating far-right material into English. I probably butchered those names, but so that, you get the point about Michael Gove. I don't think I need to say it anymore.
No.
I'll just put a picture on the screen and you'll just get it.
Yeah, like Michael Gove, definitely, and I'm like whoever you think is the most annoying MP in this, whoever we decide, he is the most punchable face just in Britain. Like, I'm not a violent person, but if I could murder Michael Gove and get away with it, I would do it.
Vincent. He's
like
crazy this morning.
Do you know what I mean?
Guys. No, I do.
He's so he's such.
I don't know. I can't get that passionately angry about him because I can't think of when it comes around to MPs, I feel like by default they always have said things like that are really irritating in their hypocrisy. But that's
I don't think Jeremy Corbyn has said any of those things.
Oh no, of course not. But I respect Jeremy Corbyn more than fucking any.
Yeah, but that's the point. All the fucking MPs suck except a very select few.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're all fucking evil.
But there's no direct evil policy. When I think about a modern.
Yeah, but Michael Gove has evil policies, Benji.
What policies?
He was the education secretary. He's the guy that destroyed the education system. Also, he's a Tory. He's a Tory minister.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he's good or anything. Yeah,
he voted to starve children. He voted along with the Tories in every single other evil thing they did. Supports the Iraq War.
Anyone.
He's evil. He deserves execution. I don't even think necessarily Jess Phillips and Rosie Duffer deserve execution. They're just annoying. But he's evil. Not just he's evil and annoying. Pick a struggle. Okay, we're moving on now. I don't really know much to say about him because it's kind of self-explanatory. But Gavin Williamson, who's the current education secretary. Well, he's the guy that he's behind the A-level shit.
What's that mean? The whole way they did the coronavirus predicted.
Yeah, he's behind that. So he doesn't even look annoying, but he
No, he
is
doesn't.
annoying.
He looks quite.
We're just looking up how he looks right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll read some stuff. Williamson alleged that the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Corbyn, in meeting a Czech diplomat, later revealed to be a spy during the 1980s, had betrayed his country. In response to the statement, a spokesman for Corbyn stated Gavin Williamson should focus on his job and not give credence to entirely false and ridiculous smears. So there's that. Then there's Williamson had supported the Saudi Arabian-led military intervention in Yemen against the Shia Houthis, despite concerns from human rights activists and Labour MPs about war crimes allegedly committed by the Saudi military.
They can have a little war crimes as a treat.
So just right off the bat, just to remind you that he's a Tory. Then this is the big one. In August 2020, he apologised to school children for the disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. He said, "Where we haven't got everything great, of course, I'm incredibly sorry for that. There's a lot of concern over the A-level results, which, due to all exams having been cancelled in 2020, were based on off-cal modulated teacher assessments rather than on modulated exam results. About 39% of results were below the teacher assessment, compared to 79% in 2019. Off-cal accused some teachers of submitting implausibly high predictions. Off-cal rescinded the advice it had given on how the appeal system would operate. The Daily Telegraph reported that Williamson had repeatedly defended the algorithm method as the fairest way to produce grades, avoiding grade inflation, though several Off-cal board members had come to believe the algorithm method had been shown to be politically unacceptable because Gavin Williamson is a Tory and they underestimated state school children.
It was absolutely like when the whole thing came through, because my sister in particular, she was trying to go to uni, and it was absolutely like she was actually fine because of like the way that her school basically did the grades, but it was like totally basically a classes system where you'd get because it was based on the records of the school. So if you had a school, there's no route in the formula. There was no room for anomalies within improving suddenly or like decreasing suddenly. So if you suddenly got like a really good year compared to last month, it wouldn't matter because it was all based on the previous thing. So and they knocked down like grades just because of the school's records. So it meant that traditionally performing like low performing schools would get like worse ones. It was totally messed up.
Yeah, I you know what, I'm looking at this now. I don't think Gavin Williams is annoying. He just seems evil.
Yeah,
like,
and also like.
And
it was so bad for people trying to go to uni as well, because if you can't get like results early for uni, especially when there's literally like a fucking pandemic going on, it's like virtually impossible, especially if you don't know your grades.
Okay, the next two Tory MPs, like I'm gonna go through these ones quickly because I haven't actually prepared anything on them, but like they're well known and you'll both know who they are. So we're gonna start with Priti Patel.
Oh god.
Priti Patel is okay. I don't know. She's controversial to be in this list because I don't find her annoying. I just find her viciously evil.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
evil. Like she's
like a little goblin.
She just tweets shit, and it's like we are going to not let migrants in the country, because that's what you want. And then like it will be like a picture of her like walking like at a docks, like with her hair like flowing back, and then the comments will be like, doing what's best for our country, and like. With like, and it's just like
I remember the really happy music. They did a tweet that was like they did like a weird
really
ad. Music, it was like her walking around police officers.
In 2019, Boris Johnson promised to kill all migrants, and that's what you voted for. And of course, the people of Britain voted for it. Oh, but whatever. We like pretty. I think my first like clear memory of her is I stayed up all night watching the 2019 results. The exit poll came out. I was devastated. And then the first fucking Tory that I saw on the BBC was Priti fucking Patel. She sat there looking with a smug fucking smile. Also, she's annoying because she'll like go on like interviews and be like, "Yeah, I'll consider myself a feminist." And it's like, yeah, unless they're fucking like, yeah, I'll consider myself a feminist unless it's like a woman traveling on like a boat from like a third world country trying to like.
She's like, yeah, I like women, but they have to be born and bred British. And they have to be not poor.
And like her immigration policy would have deported her parents. Like you can't make it up. Like these people are just evil.
They're literally insane. They're so like the hypocrisy. They're like cartoon characters.
Okay, let's move on from Priti Patel.
I just want to say one more thing about her because obviously we specifically looked at this. But there was this video with Ian Hislop on this so he's just like a BBC like host basically, and there was it's like this show where you have the audience participating in like a debate, and we looked at this in philosophy, we like analysed it, and it's basically she literally like she's retracted it since, but it was 2011, and she said that the death penalty was like acceptable. She was the only MP, and it's so funny.
She did.
And like no, but it's so funny because even like conservative ones in the room are like looking like eye left eye.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
of her, like
They
she's
all-
just going off like. And someone says in the crowd, like the funniest part is when someone in the crowd goes like, so in America the problem with the death penalty is that you have this problem where sometimes there's like false cases and people get executed for the wrong reason, and her response is literally, Britain is built different, lol. We won't make the mistakes, and it's like, okay, lol. But
Why do people still like support the death penalty? Like, no, it's not popular. Like, it's
No, it's
not
not.
popular at all.
It's not.
Why do they? And then like you just look up any Tory MP's position on the death penalty, and you find like a video from like 2007 calling.
They
for
can't.
the
It's like
execution
loads
of
of policies where
random people.
conservatives like you can't say outwardly anymore that you couldn't say like I'm against gay marriage. Sorry, I'm
But then,
I'm
but then a
homophobic.
fucking bunch of them, like a bunch
could
of them,
say-
votes against gay marriage.
Yeah, you can
Heather,
vote-
what was
you
that
can-
fucking Tory MP? Was like,
Do you remember-
I didn't believe in
Paul
gay marriage at the time.
Beresford.
Yeah, Paul Beresford. I
Do you
didn't believe in
remember
gay
when
marriage. No,
Anne
listen.
Milton-
Oh,
Sorry, go on.
we'll get into her in a minute. Paul Beresford was like, I didn't believe in gay marriage at the time, so I voted against it. And they were like, okay, but then you voted against it in 2019 in Northern Ireland. He was like, Northern Ireland just get to decide their own, lol. And then like fucking Anne Milton, who came to our school, and I was like, why did you
Yeah.
vote? She was like, I left the Conservative Party because although people voted for Brexit, I believe in what I believe in, and then I was like, okay, why did you vote against gay marriage? And she was like, because my constituents didn't believe it. And I was like,
No, she said she got letters from people.
yeah,
being
she got
like,
letters. She got letters from her constituents. Like, but you just said you left your party, even though the majority of the country voted to leave the EU. And you left that over that. So like, it's hypocrisy. And she was like, my constituent, and many of them were gay, and they didn't like it. Like, does she think that like young gay people are gonna vote for her? Because I'm not ever gonna vote for like the Conservatives again or her. Even though she's
It's not
not
even
Conservative
that. It's
anymore.
just. It's not even the fact that it's party affiliated. It's just gay marriage. Like, there's. I'm not gay, so I wouldn't understand. But like, it's like it seems pretty.
Yeah, I
close to
know,
me.
but it's funny. It's funny how like it's like common consensus now. You have to support gay marriage, but like so many Tory MPs didn't at the time. It was David Cameron who passed it, but only because Labour voted for it. Because like half his own party didn't,
Yeah.
including the next person we're going to talk about, who's
And
pro-life.
that goes
who's-
to. So go on.
No, go on.
It's just like that applies to. It's going over the pond a bit, but Joe Biden does the exact same thing when he was like, "Come on, man! I know I said gay marriage was wrong. I said marriage would be like." And it was in like the 2000s. I think it wasn't even that long ago. With like.
In
some
2008,
Republicans
when he was
also.
vice president, he was in a debate, in the vice presidential debate,
Yeah, I've
and
seen
he
it.
said, I believe marriage between a man and a woman. I don't want to redefine marriage.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about America.
But
so
anyway.
we're here for the Brits.
I'm here for the Brits. So the last person, the last MP, is pro-life. He's anti-gay marriage. He's basically he's been on the wrong side of everything. It's Jacob Rees-Mogg.
Ah, yes. Again,
Now,
I
Jacob
can't
Rees-
find him annoying. He's
Once
actually,
again, I
like.
see. I don't find him annoying. I just find him evil.
Also, he's like I know he's evil, but he's also funny as fuck. Like, and not in like
yeah,
no
he is
insensitive
actually-
way.
No,
but, like,
he's just
so
he's just
fucking-
insane.
He's so detached from reality. It's like actually fucking insane.
He's
Like he
insane.
looks like he's fucking rounding kiddies up for the
He's so like
workhouse.
abhorrently ugly.
Yeah.
Like I
He's
see
like-
his face.
He's like, oh, we need to round the children up for the
That's not what-
workhouses.
No.
He's
He's like.
Children are
Children in
being.
poverty. No, there's children in poverty. we can give them work.
We'll
And,
throw
like,
them a crust of bread.
He's
every
like the
morning.
child snatcher from
Yeah, he is.
Going
And
around,
he
like,
wears a fucking
collecting
top hat.
children.
He's
Yeah,
just Walter from the Beano. He's just.
He just like goes around collecting children for his like kiddie like.
Also, I'm sorry,
slave
but like I
rape.
can't actually like do a very good job of mocking MPs because I feel like if I saw them, I wouldn't be able to do it to their face, and I don't believe that if you can do.
Oh
something to
my
their
god!
face,
If
you know.
I saw
But
Jacob
if I saw
Rees
Jacob
fucking
Rees-Mogg, I
Mogg
just
to his
laugh.
face-
I'm sorry. Like he's just
yeah.
he's
No,
also
if I-
insanely evil.
If I saw like these MPs to their face, I mean, how would you not laugh at If I saw Michael Gove to his face,
I
be
wouldn't
like-
have the.
I'd
I'm too-
laugh.
I
I've
feel
got
like
too
he's a
much
really
anxiety.
evolved form of satire. Like he has to be.
at the same time, we were on call with Paul Beresford, but I didn't know anything about him, so I knew he was a Tory. But like, I was just like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. Everything he said. But if we'd been interviewing like Jess Phillips or like Tony Blair or like Keir Starmer or like Jacob Rees-Mogg, we would have just been like,
The only
Shut the
thing
fuck
I
up.
will say, if fucking girl boss moment from Jacob is when he's just lying on the bench. Like honestly,
yeah, everyone was so angry about that, but like that makes me like him
That's
more. He's
fucking
fucking
funny, yeah.
tired and he hadn't put on
Exactly.
the wing.
It
What
was like,
makes
do you
me
remember
fu-
when I know I've said this before, but when Kamala
Heather will
Harris
put it in a
goes, like,
picture right now of like.
yeah, Kamala
Jacob
Harris
Rees-Mogg.
is trying to go like she's got out of the car. And she's like doing about to do a speech, and she's like, "Where are we again?" And she's like, "Minnesota" or whatever. But like before that, they like fed her a line, and like the Republicans are like, "Don't you fucking hate her?" And we're like, "She can't remember even where she is." And I'm like, "No, I fucking love her now."
Like when they're like Joe Biden was in Michigan the other day, and he said it was Pennsylvania. Yeah, okay, I'll do that
That's
too.
funny as
Like,
fuck.
is this meant to make me hate it? Or like when Diane Abbott made the maths mistake, and it was like, oh my god, she can't even count. I was like, okay, neither can I. Okay, I'm voting for
on
her.
that train with her little G&T.
Yeah,
You say
everything.
that.
Look at Diane Abbott. She's breaking the train walls. It's like, motherfucker, get a life. We've literally everyone's
She
done that.
wants
Shut
a
the fuck
G&T.
up. She's had a fucking busy day at work, being like racially
Mummy
harassed
needs
by
a
She needs
Jeff
some
Phillips.
mummy special juice.
She's been busy
Mummy
at work,
needs a
being like attacked
Mummy
by Jeff
needs a
Phillips.
drink.
Mummy needs a drink.
It gets
okay?
to G&T
Mummy's
o'clock,
medicine.
I'm gone.
Sometimes that 7 p.m. wine becomes the midday wine. I think we've all done that. I think, and like, or like when, yeah. So anyway, Jacob Rees-Mogg. What did he say about the Grenfell Tower? Oh yeah, it was their fault, wasn't it? It was. He
I
blamed
can't
it
remember the
on
exact
them.
quote. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, find out what it is. Disgusting. He's just like, ugh.
He is not annoying though, I have to say. I think the most annoying one we've had is the first one, but
Michael
apart from
Gove.
that, no,
Top
no,
actor
not sorry, not
is
Michael Gove, the second
unreal.
one, the one that I didn't really remember. Was like quite in.
Gavin
irrelevant.
Williamson.
Yeah, Gavin Williamson. I don't
He's
really
not
well, no,
annoying. He's
because
just
the rest of them are
evil.
just quite evil. They're not
Okay,
really
let's revote now. Should we like
disparaging.
decide who's the
Should we
most
have a little
annoying?
vote? Should we
Who's
go
the
on
most annoying
chat?
Tory MP?
Yeah, hold on, but see what I mean? It's so fucking irritating how politicians always just use the "I'm built different" argument, because you can't be like, well, you couldn't, because they could be like, well, I could, because like he says, and I think if either of us were in a fire, whatever the fire brigade said, we would leave the burning building. It just seems common sense to do, and it is such a tragedy that didn't happen. Like, what did he think they were doing up there? Just been like, but that's just, oh my god. That's so insensitive.
He's like, I would have just left. Like.
However,
okay,
what
okay.
we would want, I
Okay,
wouldn't,
Heather,
and I don't
Benji,
think.
who are we
He issued a
voting for?
profound apology.
Who's
Who
the
are we
most
voting
annoying
for?
Tory MP? I'm voting for Michael Gove.
Okay, wait, Benji. Say it at the same time. Are you ready?
Well, I don't
Three.
know. Can we just go through them again briefly?
Wait, okay,
Oh,
Michael
mate.
Gove. Michael
'Cause I
Gove.
can't remember.
Michael Gove, Education Secretary, like
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah, no, I
doing
know
this stuff.
Michael, yeah.
Gavin Williamson, the A-level guy.
Yeah.
Priti Patel, yeah. And Jacob
Okay.
Rees-Mogg. Okay, you guys
Well,
say
okay,
the
but-
same.
Okay, are
I'm
you
gonna
ready?
quickly
At the
discuss
same time,
it.
Benji. At the
Wait,
same
no,
no,
time.
no,
discuss
I
it.
need
Benji,
to-
no, Benji, discuss it. Yeah, go.
Just because I want to say Jacob Rees-Mogg is funny, but he's evil. Like, don't get me wrong, he's evil, but he's
Yeah.
funny. Priti Patel is like insanely
He
evil,
looks
but
like
I
the
can't find her
Pringles
annoying.
man.
Actually, I don't know though. Priti Patel is really annoying though, because also she did.
Oh, I want to.
Because
punch
I don't
her.
like people that.
Yeah, but she's
I don't like
got
people that.
dump
If you have a
truck.
consistent evil moral, it's fine. But she's like backing down the fact she did the death penalty. So I might have to say her actually, because also
Okay.
and also she's like she's so evil to the point where like it's not funny like Jacob Rees-Mogg. She's just evil and like evil. It's not really like.
No, but that's not.
like,
But
irritating.
this is annoying. This is annoying. Not evil.
Okay.
Annoying.
And so what?
But she
what's the
is
other one again?
annoying, to be fair. Gavin Williamson, Education, A-level
I have.
guy.
Okay, right, ready, Heather.
3, 2,
2,
1. Jacob.
Gavin Williamson. No.
No, he's so gross.
Yeah, but he's not
Okay,
annoying.
so we have a statistical tie at the moment. Okay, so
I might have to say Priti Patel actually. Yeah.
oh
I-
my
I'll
god, we're
change-
just going for
I'll
everyone.
change to
So you're going for
Patel.
Priti Patel.
No, it would be
Okay.
Priti Patel,
Wait,
yeah.
who did
Okay,
you
so-
vote for, Vinny?
I think
Gavin.
Michael Gove. No, Michael Gove.
Oh.
Michael Gove is clearly like okay. Jacob Rees-Mogg is like evil, but like he's comically evil. That's
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
funny.
Okay,
Like, I don't
second
find him
choice then.
annoying.
Second choice.
Okay,
Second choice would.
Right, my second choice is Gavin Williamson.
Yeah, me too, Gavin Williamson.
Okay. Yeah, Gavin wins then.
All right,
No,
Gavin.
no, we can't
Good
just
job,
say that
Gavin.
because no one voted for him first. That's not how this works.
Oh, mate. You're making
Okay,
it
let's
so
okay,
complex.
let's eliminate Gavin Williamson. Let's talk about the other ones. Why do you think Priti Patel is more annoying than the other ones?
Because Priti Patel doesn't have any like. You can be evil and you can be evil in a good way. You can be evil like yeah, whatever. I'm
She's
fucking
like
evil.
both the
But
epitome
she-
and the opposite of identity politics. Because people
Because-
vote for her because she's like
I know, but
a
like,
brown
Priti
woman, and then
Patel's
she's like
okay, but
supporting her
Priti
own
okay,
parents.
this is what I mean. Priti Patel is evil, but she's a winner.
Yeah, exactly. But what I mean by that
She's
is,
a winner.
but she
I
doesn't
don't
have.
find her.
If she
I
was
can't find her
consistent with,
annoying.
if she was consistent with like, the policy about death penalty, I'd have a bit more respect for her because like, at least she's been like, yeah, well, I'm okay.
I know,
hate,
but
like,
Priti Patel will be like, I'm going to kill every single migrant, and she'll do it. Margot would be like,
And I would be like tweeting in the background like Priti Patel is a hashtag girl boss and I support her along the way.
Okay,
In that
like,
case,
why,
I
why
guess
do you say,
fine.
I just can't say, well no, we can like I'll change mine if you want to stick by Priti Patel.
No, I don't
like-
really have. Yeah.
but like Heather, like Jacob Rees-Mogg is like comically evil. And,
Yeah,
like,
he's so funny. I
comical.
can't believe
He's
you
like
know
a
that.
stereotype of a
But that's
Tory.
not annoying.
I don't
He's
find
just
that
like,
annoying. I
he's
just
funny.
find that ridiculous.
He's so funny. Like,
His little smug, little ratty face. I just see it, and my day.
yeah, but that's
just
funny.
is
That's
ruined.
funny.
Okay, do we go with Michael Gove or Jacob Rees-Mogg? I'm assuming Peter Patel's
I'm Michael Gove. I think I changed it to Michael Gove.
Then
for that.
Michael
Yeah, I
Gove
think
wins,
Gove is the
suppose.
most annoying.
Okay,
well,
right.
Gove wins
Labour
that.
MPs. Now this one's hard because they're all so similar and squirmy. So Jess Phillips is
I
like
dislike Jess Phillips the most because of. Sorry, not, who was the one that liked Piers Morgan's tweet? Did we do her?
Rosie Duffield. Is
Rosie
that
Duffield.
transferred one. No, but Benji.
I
Ro-
dislike
this
her
is-
the least.
I dislike her the most.
I know, but annoying.
This is most annoying, okay? Jess Phillips, I'm picking as the worst one. There was a bit I didn't say, by the way. In the 2019 election, when Jeremy Corbyn lost, it cut to a news, I think Channel 4 was interviewing her, and it cut to her, and she was cheering and celebrating, and then she realised she was on camera, and she immediately stopped and pretended to be upset.
Mood.
And
Honestly.
I look it up after this, like anyone now, just look it up. But it's really funny because it shows that like she really didn't want Jeremy Corbyn to win, and she did everything she could to make him not win. So then afterwards she could be like, oh my god, Jeremy Corbyn couldn't win, and she tried to do her own bid for Labour leader, and no one fucking liked her, so she dropped out like instantly. She's my worst pick. She's the most annoying person.
Rosie
We've got
Duffield.
Jess Phillips, and the one who said she'd stab Corbyn in the front was like racist, and Diane Abbott. Rosie Duffield, who's like the transphobic one, and was like, who like had a like affair during lockdown. You got Neil Coyle, who like texted Jeremy Corbyn to harass
Okay, it's
him.
definitely Neil for me. I gotta say.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's
You got-
it's
that's a
funny,
good
but also
point.
it's like
Oh,
I can
that's
imagine
hard.
being
No,
really
it's
annoying.
just so funny to me because I can imagine him like.
It is
you know,
funny,
when
but it's also
Facebook
annoying.
mums write posts and they put like a little minion meme, like in impact font. It has all this like paragraphs about like
Yeah.
anti-vax. I just imagine him doing that, but about like. Oh, it's so funny.
No, he said another one when the PLP nominates you, but the CLP doesn't, or some dumb shit like that, and it's like a
Yeah,
picture
like
of a minion.
my face
And, like-
when Jeremy, and it's like,
like-
that picture of that cat.
Okay, actually,
And
I
like-
just sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but this is quite funny actually. I might have changed my mind. He said publicly, there's a bit on his Wikipedia here. In September 2019, Cole referred to the Prime Minister Boris Johnson on television as, I quote, a dick, which is quite funny.
Allow it.
Following the incident, Cole spoke with the Southwark News, saying his constituents had complained about his use of language, suggesting he didn't need to be that crude. I will be toning down the language, but never the passion. Okay, I can't.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about
whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa,
He said,
whoa.
I love him now. I changed my mind. In several posts, telling Morgan to go fuck yourself.
Yes,
While
yes,
also
he's
calling
the
him
one.
a
He's
sick
the one.
little man and a scrote. What is a scrote?
Who's the one who went on a Twitter war with Piers Morgan and was like, "You're a sick little,
No,
you're a
he's not
sick little
annoying
man.
anymore.
You're
My
scrote."
Right.
my kid.
Okay, I love
Okay.
him now. I can't.
Yes,
I
Neil
can't do it.
Coyle harassed Jeremy Corbyn for 5 years, but he harassed
Oh
Piers
my
Morgan
god!
as well.
He doesn't
What?
stop in the 25
Go on.
August 2020, and now
He
deletes a
does not
tweet.
stop on his
Cole wrote,
grind.
I have spent years warning local people these fat old racists won't stop blaming the EU when their shit hits the fan. Here they come blaming others. Absolute shitbag racist wankers.
Did he actually say that?
Yes!
Right, he's right.
Okay, Neil
He said it
Coyle.
on Twitter. No, but he tweeted it as well. He thought about it and wrote it.
He actually
If you
did
didn't hate it before, feel free to hate the song now. I've never known anyone but shit lookers like at TVH. Right,
Did
that
he-
is girl boss.
Did he say that?
That
Did
is,
he say that?
yeah, it was about the Rule Britannia thing. That is girl
Oh,
boss behaviour.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Right, Neil Coyle. We can't think of the most annoying one. Okay,
No, that's fucking
so
funny.
what we have left is Wes Streeting, who's like a strong contender because he's like
I can't
he's just,
remember him.
slimy little man who just like attacks Jeremy Corbyn all the time and like retweeted the Islamophobic saying like the Islamophobic.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you are the Why I Have a Times subscription, and it's just like Islamophobia. Neil Coyle's the guy. Okay, Neil Coyle's a girl boss, but also just to remember, like, he just like I didn't even read out all the text. Like he's for like 3 years. There's just text from him.
Yeah, but
just,
that's
like,
actually quite funny. Like, it's evil and like annoying, but it's also
okay.
very
Yeah, I
funny.
know what I mean. Rosie Duffield, I don't find her annoying. I just find her vile and like malicious. But I do find her annoying. Okay, I vote Jess Phillips the most annoying.
Yeah, I agree. Jess.
Yeah, I
you
give
have
Jess because if you can't, again, it's the whole thing about if you can't have that position where she's defending, she's opposed to when Rebecca Long Bailey, she supports Rebecca Long Bailey getting fired, but doesn't oppose Jess Duffield tweeting. Like
yeah,
that's not
Rosie
okay.
Duffield.
Liking
Rosie
the tweet.
Duffield.
Sorry, Rosie
But
Duffield.
yes.
That's not okay in my books. That's
So
like
Jess
big no-no,
Phillips.
and it's
Okay.
quite
So
annoying.
so now it comes down to who's the most annoying MP, Michael Gove or Jess Phillips.
I'd say Jess Phillips because that really
I'd say
just
Jess
in
Phillips.
terms of you can't hold. That's what I mean. Like if even if I was like, for example, if I was a Liberal Democrat and I said in my manifesto like will do whatever, even if I didn't personally agree with that, I think you have an obligation to follow through. Like I think you have an obligation to have relatively consistent like morals. Obviously you can change over time, but if you have a promise like that kind of thing, it feels like wrong to betray it.
Yeah,
So,
well, she
and if you
like was
can't-
one of the main people who just like didn't get behind Jeremy Corbyn as one of the
No,
reasons he
I'm gonna say
failed.
Gove. He just has a really annoying face. Like I see. His,
Yeah,
like,
it's a really
smug
hard
grin.
one. I'm really stuck between either of them. So
I gotta
Gove,
say Jess.
Phillips. Okay, I have a deciding vote. Let me think. Most annoying MP. So this isn't most evil because most evil.
Right,
would
come on,
instantly
Vinny,
go.
you're the tiebreaker.
The most annoying, I'd say. Oh, it's so hard. I could literally be a coin toss. Okay. Oh, Jess Phillips. I'll just say Jess Phillips because it's topical now anyway. Because of all the. Okay, Jess Phillips is the most annoying MP in
Congrats to her.
Parliament.
Sure, she'll be
So,
listening and giving us
well
her
done.
thoughts.
She's gonna tweet out like, "Thank you, boss babes, for voting me most annoying MP in Parliament." I'll take that as an endorsement.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, "I take that as endorsement blocked." So, perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else to say, boss babes?
Not much, to be honest. I think this has been a very interesting episode. Introduction of Benjamin as the main character. The DLC pack for Benji is available for $5.99. I think he actually has a bonus skin pack as well, so you can get some buffs for your Benji character.
Perfect.
In the next update, we're going to be looking into adding some new characters into the Girl Boss patches.
Okay, next episode.
I think Vinny needs a buff.
Have
Heather's
you
been
watched that
nerfed this
episode
season.
of Black Mirror? And it's like he's like a political thing, and there's like this.
Oh, the bear.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God, Jess Phillips
seen
looks
that.
like the Labour MP in that episode.
On the bear. Wait, hold on. What's the?
Jess Phillips is 6'1".
I like that episode.
Fuck.
Is she? She's as tall as me.
She'd stamp you.
She's,
Oh
no,
my
she
God.
would- Loki should stamp us.
Bloody hell, that's
She would
quite
stamp you.
powerful.
She's a big girl. Stay away.
She was on
Loki.
Bake Off.
Queen.
She was on Bake Off.
Jess Phillips
Really?
on
Good
Bake
for
Off.
her. Good for her.
What's she cooking? Centrist pie? No, that wasn't funny. What the fuck did I say?
What's she cooking?
A rock war crumble. No, this is just bad. I can't think of a
She's
good
cooking
one
the
right now,
bodies of like war victims. She like
having a
goes through
good
the
time.
bomb sites and like picks up. the
She
little
does look like the
tendons of
bear. That's actually
children.
really funny. Hold on, Black Mirror.
No, she
bear.
doesn't look like the bear. She looks like the MP in that episode.
guys. Black Mirror Labour
Mirror.
MP. I'm looking it up.
I love Black Mirror. Right, Black Mirror Labour MP. Right, this isn't the right
Oh,
one.
Black
This is the
Mirror.
Mirror.
Black Mirror MP.
It was like political episode.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, I just randomly found this. There's a tweet that's just been put up saying, it's an article by the Mirror called Labour MP calls in police over Twitter death threat. And someone, like a random person tweeted at Neil Coyle saying, if you voted airstrikes for Syria, if I see you round ends, and then 3 knife emojis.
No, I'm
Screenshot
No
that.
way. No way
Poor
that's
lad.
no way that he called the
Send that
fucking
to
police.
me.
on that.
He said he called the police after appearing an apparent death threat on Twitter.
You know, to be fair, Neil Coyle did vote to bomb Syria, I swear.
Oh, the troll. I do think it's upsetting that people get death threats, though, on Twitter, I can't lie. But it's
It's
just
not
like...
Neil Coyle.
Well, yeah, but like, what are they gonna do? Show the knife emoji?
yeah. Oh my, like I could
Yeah,
tweet
but
like
there's no
Priti
credible
Patel and be like-
grounds for
I
that.
could tweet Priti Patel and be like, I hope you get assassinated, and I would get my account suspended. And it's like,
With
Do
emoji
you not?
pictures of knives.
or like I just tweeted like, this is what's gonna happen if I see you, and it's like a bomb emoji. like what? She's gonna be like,
The
accused
sender
of,
knows-
like, death threats. When me and my
Coyle called
when
him
me
a
and my
fool.
Okay.
No, okay, I can't lie.
If you look
Coyle,
up the
low-key.
Waldo moment, MP.
Oh yeah, Waldo! I'm
What?
Waldo the bear!
I'm Waldo the bear.
Wait, what?
Look it up.
That's
It's called
beautiful,
the
Heather.
Waldo moment bear, and the woman who runs against the Tory MP and the bear, she looks like Jess Phillips.
Waldo the bear MP. Oh god, I don't want to
You have to
inspect.
scroll down a
yeah.
bit, but there's like. do
Oh
you see her?
shit, she does, yeah. I like the Lib Dem. He looks like Mr. Goff. You don't know who that is, but I quite like that.
Waldo MP.
Wow, I kind of don't like that Black Mirror is getting political. Like,
Yeah.
They literally did an episode on David Cameron where there was a
Yeah, where he fucks a pig. I know, and he looks like David Cameron as well, like fully.
Yeah, I think it was art reflects reality and all that.
Yeah, that was quite a good episode actually.
Sometimes I just ask myself, what would Jacob Rees-Mogg do? And it's like burn children. Okay, we're gonna we should end now. What's next episode?
I think we are reviewing
Mitt Romney.
Oh yeah, the Mitt Romney documentary.
Can we do the Mitt Romney documentary?
Yeah,
please?
we're watching that.
Okay, good.
So, signing off. Boss Babe signing off.
Boss Babe signing off. Hope you guys have a nice time doing what you do.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
See you guys.